folks, now if we can do this one day, how come we can't do it every day? We just sell. Yes, Mr. Brooks. What?
They'll have a contest at a factory, and whoever, like, they have a shoe factory, and whoever does the most producing of the shoes gets a free trip somewhere. A 2-week vacation somewhere. Then when they come back, however many shoes they did on their best week, from that point on, they're broken.
You know what, Mr. Rodney? His bonuses in his center from now on is going to be airline tickets into the school. And so all his, you guys just sit out. That's, yeah. Frank, tell us about them. Who you got? Where are they from?
Washington and one from Kansas.
Kansas. Oh, I had it marked on the map. I had the map circled. We ain't been in Kansas enough. Yeah, fantastic. Good, Frank. Yeah. Yeah. Dave, who you got? Yeah.
Well, if my customers are supposed to be a reflection of me, I don't know why I keep ending up with singles. I got two single gentlemen from California, one from San Diego, and one from San Jose.
What do they do? How old are they and all that stuff?
Well, one of them is, I think he's 32 years old from San Diego. He's an ex-airline student, and he has a business. It's called Rebirthing. He's a rebirth practitioner. Yeah.
Rebirthing.
It's kind of tough to explain.
Not necessary. Somebody knows what it is, says it's not necessary. Okay. All right, Dave, yeah.
The other gentleman's up from, actually, San Francisco, San Jose, and he works for the telephone company as a lineman. And he's at the...
to get them booked in the schools?
Well, this one gentleman's been through a school, Dave Smith from San Diego.
Oh, okay.
In fact, I think it was in the school.
He's a good one, yeah. He's good one. He's not, yeah.
He's got a bunch of courses sold, but
yeah.
I didn't get a commitment from his courses yet.
How many of you that stood up asked the person to buy 10? That ain't everybody, is it? Okay, put your hands down. Now, everybody that stood up that didn't ask, raise your hand on. You gotta ask. You never know unless you ask, Rod. You may got 10. You sold 2, right? Well, if you'd asked both of them to buy 10, you could have sold 20. Possibly, maybe, might. 50-50 chance. 50-50. Even if it was 10%, you would, 90 you would not ask.
Chris Kirby helped me out with one guy as far as asking for his.
Good. Great. Okay. Thank you, Dave. Yeah. Yeah, Dominic. Next president.
One single parent woman from Idaho. She'll be in a school in January.
Look at Mr. Britt. Idaho. Okay. Yeah.
And a single gentleman, he's 50, also from Idaho.
Got 2 from Idaho. Okay. Did you get them booked for schools, Dominic?
Yeah, both people for schools. There's one gentleman for sure. And then another gentleman I couldn't get through the nurse's station.
Did you get that lady booked for school? Yeah, and you got the gentleman, the 2 you sold to, did you get them booked? Then how many other schools get booked?
Yeah, for sure.
They already got the course. Well, you sold 2 of the entrepreneurship qualifiers then. Oh, well, tell that too. I mean, why don't we tell all what we sold? Yeah, great, yeah. Give them a hand, yeah. Yeah, Don. Did you? Fantastic. Get them booked for schools. You know when they're going to be here and all?
Well, committed.
Okay. That you committed, yeah. You're working up there at Mr. Brett, aren't you?
I love it.
Yeah, that's the way it's supposed to be, yeah. So you got 10 qualifier programs? Okay, all right, fantastic.
2 from America to Hawaii.
2 complete courses? To 1 person in Hawaii? Right over there in Hawaii, huh? So, but wait a minute now, tell us about them a little bit.
Well, the man is a business consultant and 2 years in charge of 15 businesses out there.
How many?
15. Different ways of promoting them, which the person strictly focused on themselves working.
Yeah, the 15 that he needs. And actually, how many employees you reckon he's got? 100? Well, hey, if he's got 15 businesses, he's probably got at least 100 employees, doesn't he? See? I mean, that could be the first one, Trace. Yeah, see, that could be the first one that bought 100, folks. Who's going to ask him? How many did you ask him to buy?
It's a lot of stuff. We're working on getting
Are you? Okay, well, you just keep working on it. You got him. The first step is get him. You got him one and somebody else anyway. Great, yeah.
It's either, commit himself more or take his sister or leave her.
Yeah. Use everything. Yeah, great. Give her a hand, folks. Yeah, yeah.
Second week. And the other one is my second replacement. I haven't got yet, but I'm sure I'm going to
Yeah. So you got 2, right?
I got 5 qualifiers.
5 qualifiers. Fantastic, Ray. Yeah. 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 We ain't to 1 yet. Oh, did you get 2, Tim? He was jumping up and down about 1 he got. Yeah. Tim's going to be going to work in the center starting, I believe, next Monday, isn't it? Yeah. Tim's been so long, he's done all of this and all of that. He's done a whole bunch of different stuff in the company. Where did you start, Tim? Started checking tapes at our company. So we need to blabber this all over the company a lot. And then Tim needs to get paid his commission and the cash put right up here by his heart. And then he just walks around production and tells them, I use check tapes. Yeah, I use check tapes. He's got all them $100 bills, and he needs to tell all them, use check tapes, and tell everybody, because our employees, folks, they can make unlimited money. Some of them look at themselves like they're $4 an hour employees, and they got to quit looking at it that way. All of them, yeah. You can sell and do all that stuff. You can make $10,000 a month working there checking tapes. Start spreading the word. It ain't nothing to it. So Tim sold 2 tonight. Now, who are they, Tim, and what?
I sold Mike Sabiki at the...
Is he here tonight? Yeah, he's not here, but he's been here for the last 5 days, hasn't he? Yeah.
And that check's in the house. And then another one is to another guy sold the qualifier program to that I committed him to have the money by Thursday.
Great. And then how you doing with your in-laws there?
I'm still working on that.
Oh, he's got such a dandy. Isn't that Karen's father? Oh, Karen's father, he's such a dandy. Oh, geez, we got to have him. He brought him by the studio one day when I was working. And he's a worker. He works out at Palo Verde. He's about half cowboy, half construction worker. And we gotta have him. Oh, he just the vibes coming out of him and everything. We gotta have him. He brought him by the studio, and I warped up his head a little bit. And he's had just a little bit of hard time with me being 30 years old. He's a little older, and but we'll get him there. So Tim got two fantastic. Yeah, give him a hand. Yeah. So how much these people make tonight? So Tim ain't in the center yet. He's direct wholesaler. He just made $1,800 a piece, didn't he? 15. One of them did, so he made at least $3,000 tonight. Why don't you spread the word around? Any employees in there? This guy's sick. We'll get you some folks to talk to on your funeral list. You made that up and done all that. And make that up and you be talking to them and Betty. And then you guys just bring it in and get all them involved. Shoot, why not? Why wouldn't you? And then Tim, he's been working on selling courses for a while. He ain't got to zero in on it like you have. He ain't got to zero in on it. He's been talking to a few folks every time he got a chance. But he's not got to zero in on it like you have. And so when he gets to zero in on it over there at the center, that's how come I wanted him over there, because we really don't need anybody working there that can't sell this. Even checking tapes. Well, if you selling this and you checking tapes, we won't have no more blank ones. I mean, the work just improves when one of them checkers has $3,000 or $4,000 in their pocket. Them tape systems, I'm telling you what, they sound better, and them machines work better, and they love them machines better, and everything. So, who's got? Yes, Jen. 100 wild tapes and one more what? Qualifier? One more course? Good, yeah, we're going to get to all that on the wild tapes and the school registrations and all that. Yes, Mr. Brett? Yeah.
I just wanted you to know that Josie Soto has sold 6 courses to other employees in the last week. She doesn't even take commission on those 2 of them today. So when the accounting people we had 2, Josie sold 2.
Well, this gentleman right here is one of them, ain't you? Yeah, there's one right here, works with us, just got his course. He told me at the last school? No, it was, what number was that? School number 11, wasn't it? School number 11 he was in, and he said, I just can't get the money. Now, I came up with a miraculous plan, folks. I'm telling you what, this is a miracle I came up with. It was, wasn't it? It's a miracle. I mean, this has never been thought of, nor heard of, nor nothing. I told him when he made up his mind, he'd get it. He said, he come tell me yesterday it was, when he said, you're right. I made up my mind. How long did it take you to get it after you made up your mind? Had no way to get the money. Impossible. $4 an hour, broke. No money, no friends. You don't believe all that. So how long did it take you after you decided?
One of them, Mr. Miller, was up to Betty over here. She had used her trust fund, and
I remember Betty with that, yeah. You finally got away, figured out a way to get some of that out of there? Did you? Did you? Yeah, I remember Betty was saying how and all this and all that with the trust fund. So you finally figured out a way to get some money out of that thing. Good, yeah. Just quick as you. You all married?
Not yet, next month.
Oh, I didn't know that. Yeah. Starting off right. How old are you? Yeah.
28.
Yeah, think on that man. He's excited. Jeez, yeah. Starting off right. Oh, it's going to be fantastic. So, Who got one? One. Who got one? Yeah, Lynn, yeah. Boy, it's a good way to start off 86, isn't it? With everybody's money in their pocket. I guess it wasn't everybody. There was some folks stood up and didn't sell nothing tonight. So, Lynn, tell us about what you...
He's from Wyoming.
Huh?
He's got 2 children. He's been working on some different stuff. He does mortgages and stuff. So he's been a battle. Yeah, but
You got him committed tonight? No?
Yeah.
Let's make sure we get all these names turned in, folks. Everything.
She had 2.
well, I had kind of. One didn't quite make the commitment, but it's coming.
Folks, you can make the commitment. You can make the commitment. Now, don't get harebrained with it, but you can make a commitment. You got one. You know them ones. You know them ones. You make the commitment, and I'm telling you what, you got all day tomorrow. You got to turn that name in tonight, but you got all day tomorrow. Get on that phone and say, now look, give me no lip. I might favor this thing if you don't. In other words, you got to make, didn't he cover that yesterday? Where he said, you've got to make the commitment to them first. You got to make it. And then you get it. But I like this. Everybody's just pretty solid here. Oh, I ain't counting them 2. I'm counting this one. I know I got that in the broom. And so what about your folks, man? They got their qualifier when they get...
Well, they haven't quite got it yet. My brother's coming back to for school to get qualified for it. And my mom and dad, it looks like they're going to come back through for school too and talk.
Call them tonight. Wait a minute. Lynn needs to call them. I mean, boom, she needs to, because they can do it. Pow, they can just do it.
My mom took 10 wild tapes with her. She was going back for a mini high school reunion in San Diego for this. And she took 10 wild tapes with her to pass out to people.
Yeah, don't even let them get 10, folks. Lynn's doing an incredible good job with her parents, and so is Janet. But then we always, if that wasn't her parents, they'd have had 100, at least. If it wasn't her parents, they all got it. And they were at the 3 days, and probably nobody helped her with them and everything. And so, I mean, you got to help with it, because it's a little bit, with your parents, it's a little bit, they kind of tend to figure you're supposed to listen to them. And so, but Lynn and Jana, I'd love to see them get it at the 4,500. Y'all ought to get on that phone tomorrow and say, now look, we made the commitment. Make that commitment for them tonight, and then get on that phone and say, now look, what on earth, what's the difference? You're going to get it anyhow, because I ain't going to shut up until you do. So why on earth would you pay another $1,000 for it? Why should they? And then why is your brother waiting on his qualifier? He can get it for $600 right now. What's he waiting on?
It's really strange. I don't know how to really move on it.
You do. You commit it tonight. That's how you do it. And then you call them up and say, look, I made the commitment, and I ain't got the money. And so send it down. Wire it to me. Did you ever see an old Western Union commercial? That big policeman standing there, send the money, Dad, quick. Make the commitment for him tonight. Yeah, that's names I want to see on the list tonight. Your folks and your brother, and he gets it for the 600, and they get their course at 45. There's no sense in them paying. Ain't no sense in them paying 5,500 when you know they're gonna get it. Lynn brought them through there in that 3 days. Her and Jana did, and they're done a good job with them, and so they know they're gonna get it anyhow. They do. They knew. I could tell just when they was up there. They know they're going to get it. They're just biding their time. Don't let them bide their time no more. Dave, who you got?
The lady in Florida. She's got 3 sons. He's divorced.
In Florida. Yeah.
And I got
She married?
She's divorced.
Is she?
3 sons.
3 sons. How old are they?
Well, one's 19, one's one's 16. And
So the oldest is 19? Yeah. Okay, they all living at home and everything? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, give Dave a hand, yeah. Yeah, Marvin, who'd you get? Uh-huh. To yourself? Okay. So you bought 2, then you got this guy made his commitment, and then 1 qualified. Okay, so you had 3 then, Marv. You could have stood up to 3. So, is this gentleman married, or is he? Good. What's he do? Of course, I helped get her that way. So, what's he do? What kind of works he do? Good. You get him booked for schools? Uh-huh.
he was so far in the hole that between him and his partner, I think that they decreased their income by about 10 grand.
Yeah. Just 1 tape. See, folks, we ought to shoot ourselves when we do, see, the guy's done that good, and then it ain't him, it's Marvin. Marvin's just now getting, in other words, it is us. Oh, I know, Marvin. I know.
I keep jacking up every 2 days.
Yeah. But the better you get, I know, but the better you get, Marvin, the better them customers you get. It's just like that. It's always like that, folks. It really is. This last 2 days, that's how come some of you have been committing people, because you've just gotten more committed. When you come in here, most of you wasn't, you didn't know, bunch of you. Look at her. She didn't want to talk to you. Yeah. Well, get it? No. Yeah. Well, he's done made that money. Make sure he points that out to her. And all of that. Well, just follow through with it, Marvin. Get it done. Get them booked into a school. Yeah. Get them booked into a school. Yeah.
He's committed that if he gets the money in Friday, he'll do the next school.
It's money by Friday. He's got to have it by Thursday. He's got to have it by Thursday to close the business. Yeah, but they got to have it by Thursday, folks. Close the business. Boom. That's it. Or the very next minute, it costs them $5,500. Them people you turn in tonight. Everybody else that you don't turn in tonight, it costs $5,500 as of a long time ago. About 45 minutes ago. Okay? Give Marvin a hand, yeah. Who'd you get, Lorelei?
Rick Lee from Oklahoma, young married couple with 2 children.
Great, yeah. Any qualifiers? Anybody booked for the school?
One for school.
One for the school? How about them? Or did you book them yet for the school?
No.
Okay, we got to get them booked, folks. We got to get them booked. Did you talk to them about school? Okay, we'll get them booked just quick. Minute they get that course, they need to be right into that next school. Just boom, boom, right all at the same time. They get off to a better start. Give Lorelei a hand. Yeah. Who you got, Nick?
I got a great couple down in Dallas, Texas, and another gentleman for the school.
Great. So the other couple ain't booked for the school yet? Yeah. Let's get them booked, folks. Get them booked. It's all easier to do it all at once. It really is. If you'll just hammer that. It's easier to do it all at once. Just get it all handled right at the same time. And so, get them booked. Get them tomorrow, Nick. Everybody's going to be home tomorrow, ain't they? You was amazed how many was home tonight, wasn't you? Somebody told me when I walked in, they said, everybody in Call was home tonight. And they said, we wasn't going out there with them crazies. They said, a lot of people you're talking to got some sense. Yeah. Give Nick a hand. Yeah. Yeah. What'd you get, Mike?
First night, sold my course to, don't know he bought it yet. I committed him. His name's WB Rasky. He's going to the school on the 27th of January.
Uh-huh. And he don't know that yet either, does he?
He knows he's going to the school, but he doesn't know about his course yet.
Is this a business friend of yours or
He's
friend?
a penny contractor.
Is he? Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, Mike. He can run it. We'll just get the check. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, Robert.
I got a great couple from California. They were here for the 3 days, and they're getting their course, and they'll be back for the school.
What, you don't win in January?
He's working on that. He's got a week's vacation, and he's not sure if he'll be the first school or not.
Okay. Yeah. Get him in here. Yeah. Give Robert a hand. Yeah. Yeah. Danny Tollison.
Martin Carnes, who sold courses out in Tulsa, Oklahoma, and he's going to make it into the school in the middle of January. We're not sure exactly which dates he's going to hit yet, but he's got to work out his schedule, but he's going to be booked in there. One other of the qualifiers, he's going to come in at the last part of January. We're not sure what date he's going to
See, is the one you sold the course to married, Danny?
Yes, sir.
Is he? Good. Boy, we've had just about all married couples tonight. That's good. That's good, folks. Yeah. Yeah, give Danny a hand. Yeah. We keep them totaling these. Mark, yeah, tell us.
I have a woman from Utah that I got her check when we were in the school, school number 12. And we just found out today that she has money in the bank that can be wired, transferred over on Thursday.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Yeah. Mark? Mark? As many as you working with, was that the only one you can get committed? I mean, there's got to be some more. I mean, geez.
It has down payment and we'll have that covered by Thursday, one way or another.
Well, then put them down tonight. Okay, but I'm saying, okay, but put them down on the names tonight, folks. You better put some names down on there tonight that you ain't totally sure of yet. Because you got all day tomorrow, and they're going to be home. And you call them up and say, now, let me tell you what. Folks, how much are they making by getting it by Thursday at close of business? See, it's allowing them, you getting 2 more days on the ones you get committed tonight. And a bunch of you got customers, you can sit down, Mark, that are just sitting right on the edge. And if you'd make the commitment, then they will. I guarantee if Marvin would have bought that course, that guy would have paid for it for now. If Marvin had put out his money, yeah. No, I know, and that's great, but a while back, I mean, when you was working on that guy, if Marvin had 10 of them, Mr. Tollison used to get us spend all our money on Empire Builders programs. Remember? Trey? Where's Trey? Yeah. And he'd say, put one on the refrigerator, one in the bathroom, one over here by the couch, and then you get sick of looking at them. Sooner or later, you sell them.
150 registrations for $150 3-day school on stage one day when he said, put your money where your mouth is.
150 registrations, Mr. Brett. He signed over every commission check he had that day. Something like that. It was a bunch. I mean, it was back then, folks. When we sold them, we didn't make what you're making.
When I signed over those checks, I didn't say, okay, that's 5,000, that's 9,000, that's 12,000. I'm keeping endorsing these commission checks over, right? And Belinda's sitting in the back room going, oh my God, because we didn't have no money to get back home. I had to do it while those meetings get back.
Yeah, Shelby, yeah, he done that, folks. Got right up there and said, boom! And didn't have the cash in his pocket to even get on with, and signed over all the commission checks, every one of them. I was there that day. I just loved it to death. Yeah. For the 6th, 7th, and 8th. Now, how many? That's the next issue. Yeah, Ron. Yeah, 25 of them. So how many's left? How many's left? Well, there's 18 if nobody else has booked nothing at the office yet. Has anybody? Did we find out, Lana, is there any book? That's all right. That's all right, Lana. Yeah. Lana got the course things. Somebody sold something. Let's have a party. Jeez.
We do have a course somebody mentioned, a VIP. It's very important.
Alice, I couldn't believe he stood up when they said who hadn't sold nothing. Jeez, I was going to get to you too, Alice. Come down. Well, stand up, tell us who was it. Ellis don't talk unless he's telling about his horse now. Now this is, you got one of your brothers on the course already, right? Okay, so he never did have the course yet? You got to help each other with your families. You got to help each other with them families. Somebody's got to get in there and go for the Googler vein, folks. And it's a little bit, you know, and this and that, when it's your own blood and all. It's just, I mean, it shouldn't be. Sometimes you pull a punch and all. So you help each other with them families and all. So he's getting paid for by Thursday. Do you? Fantastic. The gentleman somebody just turned in their check tonight. One of Tim's guys. Where's he at? Yeah, where is he? Yeah, there he is. Yeah. 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 Who else had one? Ken?
I had 3.
3? Well, why didn't you stand up before?
They just sold 2 of them.
Oh, you did? Good. Yeah.
Was that the midnight?
Pardon me?
Was that the midnight?
Yeah.
5,500 apiece?
45.
No, 5,500.
Who are they, Ken? Who you got?
One woman from San Francisco who's had her millionaire program for a while. They're an hour behind.
An hour behind now. It's kind of like Greenwich Village time. Everything that comes based on Phoenix time, ain't it, Mr. Riddle?
Who else are they, Ken? Who else you got? Who else? Is she married?
No, she's divorced. She has 3 children. We got 4 master's degrees.
Some of you that are saying, "Ooh, got 8." Some of you said, "Ooh, I've got 8 master's degrees." Yeah, you're here, ain't you? Go ahead, do it.
Yeah, there's another man from Oklahoma City that we stopped in to meet on our way out here. And then there's a couple from Texas with 1 child. He's a mom.
And they're going to have it in by Thursday? Yeah, at 5 o'clock Phoenix time. Yeah.
Another couple the man that will be...
How many's booked? Is he going to be at the first school?
This is in addition to the 3.
You got somebody booked for the first? Everybody stand up who's got at least 1 person booked for this next school. The first school. Okay, now hold up your fingers how many you got booked. 3. Bodies. People. I want to know bodies. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 17, 18. 18, that's it.
Well, now, I think that
20.
the names aren't down yet, are
Yeah.
Well, how many we got here? How many in the center do we have?
Oh, okay. So you count here.
No, What Mr. Hossauer's doing, Mr. Brett, if I got it right, Mr. Hossauer's going to have to pay for them himself.
They'll be there.
If they're not there, Mr. Hossauer gets to pay for them with his money. Just kind of like what you used to do. Yeah, well, if there's any left.
The first one, they can have that one. I'll take the last three.
Now, Chef, want to leave a little room for, know who's got them paid for. Who's got them paid for? That's Mr. Britt. By all 8 schools.
I got the money to do it, too.
That can certainly be done, folks. All you have to do is go into the office or right back there and put the money down. You got them. So we need to know for sure tonight, folks. We need to know for sure tonight who's booked and get them paid for. I mean, I know we got Thursday at noon. Y'all got Thursday at noon on some of them that you got commitments from tonight, but you need to get them down there for sure. And if they ain't there, you gonna pay for it. In other words, because they gotta be on the book in the school. In other words, Mr. Brick could go back there right now and buy all 42 seats. It's who's got the money in first. Yes, Mr. Britt, you can do what you used to do. It's who's got the money in. Boom. Actually, he could buy about how many seats? 42 times 8 to tie up January. 300.
My birthday, I was thinking about going ahead and doing both of them.
Both of them. Can you imagine? You call them customers back tonight, wouldn't you?
It only takes $100,000.
And say, Joe, guess what? All the schools got bought. You can't come until March. He'd probably get on the stick.
Yeah.
No, I'm serious. Mr. Brick can buy up through all year.
I knew there was a reason for making that money.
Yeah, he can buy up through all year if he wants to. See, that's, folks, it's who's got the money, and that's what you need to do. You need to put up. I remember when I bought an Empire Builders program with money I didn't even have. I got some from my brother, and I had some. I said, Craig, how much money you got on you? He had 100 or so, and I had 400 or 500, and kaboom, boom, on Empire Builders program, and I had no earthly idea who I was going to sell it to. But I got it sold. I mean, we had to eat. See, if you don't get committed in those, you better commit yourself, or don't expect your customers to do what you won't do. Now Marvin buying 2. Now he got a, that's that's $5,000 or so, isn't it? 5,400. That's a good bet still. Yeah, and so you ought to get yourself committed. How many registrations you gonna pay for tonight? You got to, or you ain't never. You're asking your customer to do then something you won't do. See, and you wholesalers buying 10 of them things tonight and by Thursday and all, then, hey, how much you gonna make? At least 10,000 more than you would have made. How long is it going to take you to sell 10? We're going to do that thing tonight, that 2, causing the sale of 2 per hour. Minimum of the James E. Tollison Future Millionaire Homesteading Training Course per hour minimum for life. We're going to do that 100 times if it takes it, because there's still a bunch of you ain't bought that. You don't even think that's necessary. You don't, and I heard Mr. Towson tell Tracy tonight, you don't have to believe it. You don't have to believe you can hit 2 per hour. So at 2 per hour, how long it take you to sell 10 of them? 5 hours. Well, what if you don't hit it? I guarantee you'll sell them 10 quicker than you've ever sold 10. Yes, Marvin. 10 per day. So the 2 per hour is 12, I believe, counting 6 hours. 10 per day is a good shot, but we're going to do that thing. I'm going to get Dirty Dozen up here in a minute. We're going to go 2 per hour and all this. Yes, Mr. Britt. 2 per hour is pretty simple. Or 2 per hour. It's all the way you look at it. 2 per hour. Then, Marvin, just like he said, having the watch that goes off. Remember he said that? He never said have one of them kind of watches, but to watch yourself, have a watch that goes off every hour. You got to get you one of them big alarm clocks. It goes every hour. And then you're conscious at the hour, then yourself. See, if you just go 10 per day, Marvin, you need to then break it down. So then, oh, yeah. But if you got it per hour, so if you went per hour, though, then you know each hour where you're at. Do what you want, Marv. That's all right. You a wholesaler. Y'all do what you want. God bless you. You can take on the coach or not. Yes, sir.
Got a question for you.
Yeah.
As long as I have my $30,000 in here for my 100 qualifiers by 5 o'clock Friday afternoon,
Thursday.
Thursday afternoon, I can make $70,000.
For qualifiers, how much would that be, folks? How many qualifiers is 30,000? How many is that, Chubby?
It's 100 of them, maybe.
100 times they're on 300 apiece. So that'd be $30,000. That'd be 100 of them. Yeah, you got them.
So I make $70,000.
Mm-hmm. And Mr. Britt's actually got the school registrations, folks. So you can get them school registrations, and they don't have to be in January. They will be, I guarantee you. But I'm saying that he's got the cassettes and all, and the school registration for the 300.
I got 98 already.
And he's got 98 already. Well, what are you looking at me puzzled for, Ken? It's 150 to a wholesaler for what we used to call a millionaireship program, 150 for the school. Y'all don't even know what your own product costs. It's been that way for months. Covered it. If you'd have sold anything, you'd know how much it cost. Marv, it's been that way for ages. Well, how much a wholesaler pay for what we used to call a millionaireship program? And then how much is the school registration? So what's the whole thing cost the customer? They pay $450 for what we used to call a millionaireship program, and $150 for the registration. It cost customer $600. So Mr. Britt just made $30,000. No, I made more than that. Because he's selling them for $1,000 then. Yeah. He puts in his $30,000 and makes cotton picking $70,000. That's pretty good profit spread when the price goes up there. Yes, Don.
What we're losing here is the obvious. We knew for a fact that it was going up. Admitting the fact by owning this thing, but just buying just 10, whether you got the money or not, you made $9,500.
Yeah. Oh, no, nobody believed it was going up, I don't reckon. Y'all have been putting some money together to get them courses and stuff. Ellis, why ain't you getting 10? 100. Your brother'd have had a long time ago. You had it paid for. Y'all, as you go out the door, you make your commitment back there. You got till Thursday, Ellis, at 5 o'clock when to close business. Well, actually, just get it in there Thursday. I mean, close the business, when's that? So how much you gonna make? See, you still ain't. If you bought what you heard the last 2 days, then how long is it gonna take you to sell them? If it took you 30 days to sell them, you still made 10,000 more if you just sold it to the 5,500. But if you sold them the qualifier first and then the course, you made 20,000. You know how you done that, Mark? Okay, well, even the wholesale price, so 10 of them cost Ellis right now. He makes his commitment tonight. He's paying $2,700 as a direct wholesaler. Is that right? So he'd pay $27,000, right, for 10 courses. Then he turns around and sells them just at one whack. And the guy just buys right from the wow tape, buys the course, and he gets his qualifier and everything all at once. Then it's $5,500 total. So he brought in $55,000. And he spent $27,000. How much is that? Okay. Now, if the guy buys a qualifier first, then he makes how much? Then he buys his course. Then you're getting $6,500 for the whole package that you paid $2,700 for. See? So you're making a whole bunch more, folks, if you get them paid for ahead of time. And you'll be committed, and you'll get them committed. I guarantee you, Troy will get out there and sell them 10 courses. He done sold 2 of them last night. He's liable to have them all sold by now and be back for 10 more. See? I mean, we hadn't thought enough about that up to today. I mean, here it is. Here it is, 1986, and we had the opportunity of a lifetime. Nobody bought 100. Nobody bought 1,000. 1,000 of them, how much more did you make? You make an extra 2,000 on each one. Is that right? Pay a lot of phone bill on that, couldn't you? You can call a lot of folks and absolutely do a lot of stuff. Take a lot of folks and buy them the biggest steak in Texas. Fly them down there on $2 million. See? That's what, think about that tonight, folks. You still got until Thursday well, we might as well make it midnight then. I mean, you get the money in here. We just think at 5 o'clock because the banks is open, but you can still get it in here. Western Union. Yeah, counter to counter. We had one young man come in to get his when we had the old pay plan of the 4, and you got $1,800 when you sold the 4th one like that. That flew in all the way from Salt Lake, I believe. Well, all the way. He flew in from Salt Lake to get his last one turned in person, where he got the $1,800 commission. So you make your commitment tonight. What you gonna have paid for by Thursday at noon? You make that commitment and you get them for the $2,700. Should have been every one of you got 10. Shouldn't have been none of you didn't get 10. At least 10. And some of you heavyweights could have got 100. Ellis could have put the money together for 100 of them. If he'd have put it out of mine to. And I guarantee everybody that was even making them fishing lures should have a course. See, they ain't got it yet, Ellis. Yeah. See, they ain't got the course. I mean, the people working there, you see our employees getting it. And then 6 of them in a couple of days, just right in there, people just getting their course paid for. Now, why is that happening? And it didn't used to happen like that before. Why is that just happening in the last few weeks? Why you reckon it is? Schools. They've been coming through the schools and, they found out what we're about. We ain't never had time to tell our own employees. Just like our own customers. What it was about. They're coming through and finding out what it's all about. Yes, Mr. Brett.
You know, for the independent grandfather reps out there, when you come home in the afternoon and you know you need to be on telephone, but you just can't quite force yourself to do it. When you look in your living room and you see all them courses stacked up on your coffee table, it gives you a little bit more inspiration to go ahead and do what you need to do. Yeah, and I guarantee you right now, Mr. Britt's wheels is turning. He's figuring how much cash he can raise by Thursday at 5. There's a whole big difference. I'm over a barrel, so I can only think of $110 actual cash.
Yeah, but he can raise cash, and so can you. If you had the white heat need for it, he can raise some. So 110, how many courses could he get? Take 2,700 into that. See, the wholesale price when it's 5,500 is going to be how much? 3,300. That's $600. Just in the wholesale cost. 100 of them is how much?
$255,000.
But I mean 100, just in the difference of the wholesale cost, how much money is that? $60,000. I don't believe Mr. Bridge had a $60,000 phone bill yet. That'd probably pay the phone bill for a few months. Couple of 3 months. Just in the difference in getting it by Thursday at 5 and then getting it later on in 86. See, and y'all got that same opportunity, Rick. I mean, geez, some of you guys, you've been figuring the numbers on it. Been figuring the numbers on it. It's, I mean, Mr. Thompson told me to come down there tonight and just say, well, y'all just go do it. But you ain't been thinking about some of those sort of things. Some of you just got you 4 or 5 of them, $600. How much is that more? Sell 5 of them in the next few days. How much more money you make? Difference in the wholesale. 3,000 more?
I don't look at it like that. The way I look at it is right now it costs $25.50. If I get 6 of them and it's $6,500, then it's $3,000 times 6, $18,000 profit.
Yeah.
I don't look at what the difference is. I look at what the bottom line is going to be after it's all said and done.
Yeah, it is, isn't it?
$18,000.
18,000. Could that be true?
Well, it's actually $17,700, but it's close enough to it. I'll go ahead and throw the other $300 in around it off.
Figure it up, folks. How many you could get your money in for as a wholesaler? How many can you get your money in for?
You realize that if you look at it from that standpoint, you're actually making 59% profit on the product.
Pretty good.
Pretty good profit margin.
How many you gonna commit to tonight? You just committing for the ones you know you got paid for. Why would you do that? You can commit some in your name, can't you? You gonna die and go to hell if you don't get them paid for?
6 of them is $15,300, and you're making $17,700 off of it.
Be a good little project for Thursday, wouldn't it? Getting the money to get them.
Didn't know what to do with it. Now you do.
Getting the money to get them. Just 10 of them. Let's just take 10 then. I hadn't even stopped and figured it up, folks. But you should have. 10 of them. So you sell, let's say you sell a guy the qualifier first then. You bought 10 of them. The whole total package you're getting for $2,700, ain't you? Is that right? Jeez. And you selling it for $6,500? What's the difference in that? 3,800? 10 of them is $38,000 more you're going to make by selling them next 10 courses you sell? Now, some of you working in the center and all, that's all right. But I'm just saying, some of you independents out there doing that.
You know, this could get you to where you got to know your next door neighbor.
Figure it out, folks. I guarantee you, Ellis, you better talk with Mr. Gregson. He ain't figured this up. Better talk with him. He ain't figured this up. He knows if he just paid for 10 of them, he made $38,000 more. Now, if they sell them just boom to $5,500, then how much more does he make? Then that's $2,700, then the $5,500. How much more does he make?
Maybe I'm a little more greedy than that, sir. See, if somebody didn't want to pay $5,500 for one, I'd go ahead and let you know what's in the company. I'd save mine for the ones that were slow.
You imagine. But if you done that, let's just say you done that. It's not a bad idea.
What would y'all do? It's obvious you ain't thinking about profit. It just keeps you committed that much longer.
So just 10 of them at $5,500, then how much is that? It's $2,800 more times 10 is how much? 28,000. You just had 10 of them paid for by Thursday. Yes. Mark.
Thank you for going through this with us.
Yeah.
I've been racking my brain for 2 weeks trying to figure it out.
All you got to do, Marv, is ask somebody.
Hey, like I said, thank you for doing it.
Yeah.
We're 99% sure we get the money for reimbursement.
Yeah. 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 Great, Marv. Yeah. But see, have you been through a school yet, Marv? Was you? Okay, they're better now. Now, you know what? Are you? 6, 7, 8. In a manner of speaking, the first one was best, and so was the last one. In other words, they're getting better as they go, but we taught right in there to figure the numbers, didn't we? See, Trace Tollison said it, or Miss Bridge said, or somebody said it, that the customer's using the course better than we do. Yeah. It's called money, 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 and money. Yes, Mr. Brett.
Maybe time to take that bankrupt on that $300,000 mortgage you want to do.
Could be. Mr. Brett, I guarantee you by the time we go out there and sign them sheets, what we're committing for is going to be committed.
$5 million.
Yeah, but he'll have them sold in 2 days.
Better be sold for $1 million.
Yeah. Let's keep doing this. But Marvin, all you had to do is just ask. I mean, everybody, wholesalers here knew what it cost, and then just figure it up. Say, man, kind of price going up. If I got them now. See, you ain't been figuring, you ain't been expecting to sell. That's how come you ain't been selling nothing. You ain't been expecting it. And we hammer it, we hammer it, we hammer it, and we say every time you pick up that phone, you expect to sell. But if you're expecting to sell, especially independents, you know, imagine the ones of you working in the center. If you was to buy 10 of them, Mr. Hossauer would figure out a way for you to make a bigger commission. I mean, I imagine he'd figure out some way of doing it for somebody that was working in the center. Because we said it, I mean, if you're going to work in the center, you working in the center, and there ain't no personal, and ain't this and that. Yeah. He's committing to 10. Yeah. Yeah. Ron said, geez, he figured them numbers back there. Holy cow, how'd we miss this? You know where Mr. Gregson's staying, Ellis? Is he? Yeah, I know he did, but Lana, if he knew this. Yeah, no, I know, Marv, but he just, I mean, that's just going to take him a couple, I mean, he'll get him straightened out. Gordon will breathe on him. Bah! He'll say, what are you doing, boy?
You know that $324,000 I can make $456,000. And I promise.
Is that $456,000 more than you would have made? That's net. I'm telling you what a way to start the new year, Dave. How much would you have made if you just do it normal and just wait and don't commit?
Oh, I ain't taking that because I don't know if that would be normal.
I figured though, Mr. Britt, if you just said, shoot, I ain't expected to sell nothing anyhow. If I happen to sell one, then they just pay $5,500 and I make me $2,200. Y'all even figure what 40% of the $5,500 was yet? How much is that? Is it really? Geez, I remember absolutely. I'm telling you what. I'll never forget that day we sold an $8,500 training course.
It's only about $195,000 more.
It's about $200,000 more. Mr. Brick could afford to fly down to some of them schools. He could, what else? He could, shoot. Probably pay his phone bill all year. Well, I'm not up there, but see? Did you figure this up, Danny? Figure it up.
I just always liked the program.
Yes, Nick.
Somehow you and I will get some.
You better get committed. 10. Wait a minute. You ain't gone far enough with the numbers. Now, wait a minute. Y'all ain't gone far enough with the numbers yet. Nick's saying him and Gene will figure out a way to get this many and that many. You ain't figured it far enough yet, Nick. Figure 100 of them.
Well, that's before I go get creative and finance.
Folks, now, on 100 of them, then how much more does a person make?
Well, that's about
195,000 more. If you done as bad as you done last year, it took you all year to sell them. 195,000 more. This next year wouldn't kill you too bad. And 100 of them's only going to cost how much?
Well, sir, no, what to do.
270,000.
It took them all year to sell them. So they made $500,000 that year.
Oh, they did.
$100,000.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying they're making that much more, right? 200,000 more than they make if they do it the normal way. So if they sell 100 next year, they make then 300,000. But they get the 100 paid for by Thursday at midnight. Whether I believe Mr. Bassett would probably walk from California to Phoenix if it took it with the money in his hand. Hitchhike to get in there for 200,000 more cash. And then,
It don't go up.
see, you can do the same thing with qualifiers, can't you? How many qualifiers can you get? Paradise Enterprises? Gee, how come we hadn't figured this up, folks? I say I hadn't figured it up, but I have.
Goodness gracious.
See, Ellis, now how do we do this? Some of them that ain't here now, dang it. We said we wasn't going to penalize them just because they couldn't be at this midnight meeting.
You know, 1,000 leadership qualifiers will give you $700,000 net profit.
Miss Lon, I just made an executive decision. We need to get somebody like the North or the South, somebody like that, that's good with numbers. Where are they? Where's Darrell? Where's Darrell? Somebody's good with the numbers to call Mr. Gregson and just call everybody who's here. In fact, on tomorrow, your mission should be calling every cotton picking wholesaler in the North and the South, but I'd zero in on the ones here. And I'd say, now look, there's something that I don't believe that we've shed any light on. How much? 1,000 of them? Let's just take 1,000 qualifiers. Cost you $300,000 for them. You sell them for 1,000. Well, you was selling them for. Okay, now wait a minute. So you how much profit, Shelby? 700,000. Okay, but if you just done it normal, then what was it?
250,000.
There's a little difference. I bet you Mr. Gregson can take care of that son and raise money at the same time. Who else was here tonight that, I mean, y'all know the ones that was here. You better tell them. You better tell them, and don't you dare do them the way you do your customers. Just because it ain't somebody like Mr. Gregson. In other words, Troy's not a wholesaler, is he? Yeah. Yeah. Oh, he'll make a fortune. He'll make a fortune. He'll make a fortune with it. So, You better figure them numbers up, folks. You better figure them up. How come you ain't done it till now? Is this your business or not?
You know, whoever buys a dog from the millionaire qualifiers got the schools tied up for the next 5 months.
Yeah. I believe I know somebody that may do that. Can you imagine? So you just went from begging that customer to come to a school to saying, they're sold for 5 months down the road. Yeah, that's all right. When you got money, Marv, you don't need water. Jeez.
And I guess whoever
Look.
got it paid for in advance does have first shot at the school, so I would assume that that's the way it goes.
When they're paid for, that's it. Period.
I apologize to you because
Order 10 dogs.
I was a little bit late and I wasn't thinking right, and I was thinking the numbers that I was looking for, 24 instead of down.
Good. Yeah. Marv's gonna get him 20. Getting pale. How do we get you to do this all year long in 86?
I'm brand new. Right. I think all of you have forgotten that inside of the course, there's something that's greater than any money or any profit at all. Gives every individual a chance to better themselves and better their lives, and to use the course and to take advantage of the free enterprise system. Have you guys forgotten about everybody out there that's going around living like a booger?
They've just forgotten about how to take advantage of the free enterprise system.
They're going to come because I'm going to go out and tell everybody that they don't have to be a booger. They don't have to be a buzzer. You can go out, work for yourself, make enough money to not have to live off of the people that have been taking all of it from you, but a little tiny percent. And that's how you can sell the courses. Not to make the money in your pocket. Sell them because they work. I'm brand new. I know. I needed an opportunity. I found one. I'm going to take advantage of it.
You gonna be working in the center at all?
I need to do it because I need to get people off of their asses.
Mr. Hossauer, I believe that this. Have you talked to him yet? Yeah.
That's the reason.
When you coming into the center? When you coming into the center, sir?
I need to have 90 days with you. Please allow me so that I have a good reason to tell people. You know, I need to do the 90-day experiment.
You gonna go through? You can do the experiment while you're working in the center.
I don't believe that you could demonstrate something what I actually have gone through with people that write books on how to make money and actually make
I know. But get with Mr. House. I know you know. That's all you need to know. Yeah. You think you have to go. No, you're thinking right now you got to go prove it first, but you don't. You don't. Yeah. Talk to Mr. Hossauer after the meeting some more. And then the main thing you need to know how to do, because you're wanting to help all them people. But what these folks has found out is you have to learn how to help them the right way. In other words, just because it's fantastic don't mean they're going to get it. And so, well, yeah, I believe that. That's right. That's why you get in the center right now and learn how to get some more of you started just right. And Mr. Hossauer will teach you how to do that. He will. Mr. Hossauer will teach you how to do that, though. You got to still get them started the right way. And you need the experience there. Just learn how to get them started, then you get out there and build that empire, and you're getting everybody started right in your empire. That's what you want to do. And that's the center. That's where it'll teach you how to do. It will. Teach you how to help these people get started in the right way. But I think y'all forgot too about taking advantage of the free enterprise system. Now, if we was selling powdered milk, y'all probably would have figured these numbers or something. I guarantee you what, if I was working for that powdered milk company and the price was going up this way, let me tell you what, I'd have figured out how to get me a boatload of that stuff. Yes, Rick.
I just figured out with just 1,000 courses. I know Shelby Britt's class had 100% closed rate. That's that's $2.9 million.
Y'all figure them numbers up tonight. We're running down here a little bit, but you figure them numbers.
That's only 100 customers the next year. That's only one every 3 days.
So you got till Thursday. You got till Thursday at midnight, let's say then. Let's just say Thursday, because we don't never close business. I mean, it's open 24 hours. So you got till the close of Thursday. And the close of business on Thursday is midnight. But you need to get this word out to them other folks that was here this last 2 days. You at least need to get it to them first. And then, I mean, Mr. Turner and Mr. Herrick probably hadn't even figured this up. But yeah, he said, you ought to make a commitment for them tonight. Say, well, I made us a commitment for 100 of them over there.
What you want to do?
Yeah.
You are the top leader, I thought you was.
Yeah, you ought to make a commitment for 100 of them things. Then, can you imagine Mr. Herrick, Mr. Turner having them big seminar over there with 100 of these babies stacked up beside the stage? I'm telling you what, we deliver. Yeah. Yeah. Y'all, I mean, do it. For the ones that wasn't here, and some of you, who's in here working with Mr. Gregson? Is anybody in here who's working with Mr. Gregson?
We'll contact you.
Yeah, we got to. Well, Ron, don't you worry about that. That's the north and the south. Colleen, Darrell. Who's you in the north? You better call Mr. Gregson. You better get him first thing he gets off that plane. And tell him, yeah. Yeah. At least 10. Roger's got 10 working for him. See? So Roger's building his empire, and I don't believe he's really that big into being a wholesaler, but he's got 10 right there working with him. Boom, 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 boom. He gets them on there. How much he make doing it?
Mr. Runner, I got 56 people come up and work with me for the next 21 days. The only thing they've got is qualified.
Yeah. There's 56 of them sold. Yeah. Yeah. Who in here don't even have their own course paid for yet?
Nothing like having a cap.
Who don't have their own course paid for yet? This gentleman right here. Yeah. Who's working with you? Ron. Well, there's another, and I mean, and then he gets it paid for by Thursday at 5, and then boom, boom, he gets it for the 4,500 instead of the 5,500 or 65. If you've been through a school yet? Are you? Okay, we're going to have all these schools full? I believe so. Mr. Britt's done filled January, February, March, April, and May. And it could be a possibility that we open another one, but I ain't promising nothing. Because we're going to have a handle on this thing, folks. We're going to have them booked in advance. We're going to have them booked in advance where we know. See, we had never known. All this last 4 years, I've never known how many people was going to be at a session. And that just, you talk about driving a human being crazy. Because you don't know. This past 3 days, I had no idea. I mean, I did, but I didn't. I expected about 150 more than was there. Yes.
We won't put all the people through at the same time because I don't want to get all this. I think the only place you can buy a course that gets with 3-day schools out of Idaho Falls.
You know, depends on who's selling it. How many school registrations you gonna get tonight? You got to buy the whole qualifier, but I'm saying that's your school registration and all that. That's 300, folks. That's 300. Larry's getting him 10. Larry Devonzio. Now, who's here that representing Florida at all? Anybody here that's working with Mr. Rodney in Florida? Well, Darrell's representing Florida. He said, I am. Yeah, Tom, yeah. See, I mean, Mr. Rodney had to bet he hadn't even figured this. Yeah. I bet you hadn't even figured this. Yeah. Okay, let me go through some of this. Y'all know, I mean, it's warping up your head pretty good, but let's get the others that ain't here, get their head warped up too. Mr. George, he don't even, I mean, he's moving so fast, he probably ain't even thought of this. He may and he may not. Mr. George is liable to be the one that has thought of it. He's probably got a check being flown in here right now. Say, give me 1,000 of them, quick. That's more than that, Elizabeth. Okay. Do you know this is the third history in making team come out of this same hotel? And I believe, Tracy, was you here for number 2? It was this room, wasn't it? Yeah. Wasn't it? Oh, it was. Well, didn't we switch? Wasn't we in there one couple days and then we had to switch because we couldn't fit? Yeah. It was the same thing as this time. We couldn't get them in, and then so we moved over here. But the first one was right down there. If you ain't looked in that room yet, you gotta look in there.
Well, we didn't have this last part right here. We cut the room off right there.
Yeah, oh, is that? Did we? So we was in.
We cut that room off right there. We just had these last 3 seconds.
And we couldn't get them in. And this is the third history of making team come out of this hotel. Same hotel in the last 4 years. You gonna be the ones?
Yeah, they had Indian art over there.
How many's here that was at the second history of making team? Jennifer was there, Tracy, Shelby, John, Andy was there. Yeah, that's right. Dave, you wasn't there yet, was you? Dave's always been a little slow. You knew about it, didn't you, Dave? He just knew about it and he missed out on that. Oh. You need to get all them notes turned in back there where Ken can get a hold of them. And then all them lists of how the member could fail. Oh, from now on, here's something, Lonnie, you're going to love this. The only thing we even going to accept in the office now is wholesale money from you independents. From you independents. You done heard enough ways today to, Ron, I don't even, but you independents there, you heard Mr. Britt tell you today, the only thing you've been having problem processing, some of you independents, is them credit cards. You haven't been able to get some of them merchants' accounts and all that. Well, that don't matter. You can get them credit cards turned into the Western Union. You can do all that kind of stuff and get them, and you can get that money in there right away. So then you just keep the difference. In other words, that's the way I always done it. When we had a commission structure, I called in and said, would it be all right if I sent you the rest of it and just kept my commission? Well, yeah. I mean, you sending in money, the office is real cooperative. We always done that. I mean, geez. Oh, folks, what you've got. Jeez. Yeah. 10 qualifiers? Yeah, Dominic, yeah. And those of you working in the center, you work it out some way with Mr. Osauer and all. Because I don't want to penalize you for being in the center. Because, I mean, I hadn't really thought about this that much. And so, 5 courses. Rod's getting 5 courses. So, wait a minute now. We keeping up with all this? Somebody, Tom, you been writing this down? Any of this? Yeah, okay, well, we'll get it all at the end. Everybody put their name down, what you're committing to that's going to be paid. Now, let me tell you this. You getting them just like you got your spouse. For better or for worse, till death do you part. If you don't sell them, God bless you. Because you own them. Because you own them babies, and them is yours. And if you want to burn them, you can burn them. You want to sell them, you can sell them. You want to bury them in the backyard, you can do that with them. But they are yours. You own them. Ain't going to be no crybabies. But wholesale money only, so any of you independents, and spread the word on that too. Some of you talk to the other independents, spread the word on that. That's all that needs to come in. We don't need to be writing no more commission checks out of there. Y'all need to have that commission check the minute you sell it. That's your, in other words, you just getting the money. You just turn it in. And so,
one thing about that is very, very important. We still need to have you send us the information on the customers you sell that source to, because we have to have that information.
Yeah. Yeah, we talked about that tonight. All you independents and you in the centers, we need to get that a little better, Mr. Brett, with Idaho Falls, then there's a list there for the whole club when there's mail out goes out.
Information they don't get on our mailing list.
Yeah.
They don't get our special mail.
Yeah. Oh, I know. It took us a little bit though to get it.
Absolutely critical.
Yeah.
We have their information.
Well, when we took too long, I asked him. So we need to get them just quick as you get them. Then, yeah, just quick as you get them, because that's the only way your customers on the Doers Family Club mail list. Is so you out there and you just sell it, so you ain't having to send in. Well, some of you still be sending a blue sheet in to get it shipped, but some of you are going to have them right there, and you just ship them out. Okay, so if you're shipping it like that yourself and all of that, then make sure the home office gets a blue sheet on every one of your customers. Yeah, sign blue sheet in where we can put them on the Doers Club thing. I was going to say tonight, but I ain't going to say it now. I was going to say, I know I'm going to be in the first school, and I know Dominic's going to be there. There's only two for sure I knew was going to be there. But I'll tell you what, we're going to have full school for a few months. Well, that's going to be wonderful. Okay. Shoot, that's about all I had to cover tonight, folks. Yes, Rick.
All we need is the video to go with that?
Yeah. How many of them you got, Rick? 2 of them, you bought them for $150? Well, that's a qualifier program. Yeah. Yeah, it'd be the $150 for the school registration, and then you got it. Yeah, we get the video for it, that Millionaire Ship Family Home video, yeah. We put the new show on the front of it, by the way, guys. Some of you didn't know. So if you got that, all you got to have is 150 school registration, and then you got your qualifier program there for the 300. And any of you that done had those, you can just do that. So, everybody make their commitments tonight, what you going to get paid for by Thursday at midnight, and then get it done. And then stay right on them customers, too. You got, yes, Mr. Brett?
I just ordered a balance
Of the qualifiers, did you? Great, great. Yeah, give them a hand. That's for the hand, yeah. Hey, this is going to be a ball, Mr. Brett. Miss Thompson's going to call me tomorrow night. And this will be the first time I'm going to give him a report that's going to blow his head. He's going to say, how many qualifiers you sell? Well, I sold 1,000, Mr. Brett. Wow!
Yeah, what's the total?
Well, we'll get it right. Everybody put their stuff down as we're going out and everything. We'll get it. We'll get it. Anything else? Anybody? Marv, anything else you're confused on? And I'm asking, I understand. But see, that's why the whole group, y'all help each other. And Marv, you just ask. You ask somebody. Ask somebody like Ron. Ron knows the answer to all that stuff that I've covered tonight. Or somebody in here does. And so that's how you help each other. And so, but folks, we hadn't delved into this enough, so you really need to get with them folks that wasn't here tonight and show them what they can do. And sure, what the man said back there is that's why you're selling it, but my gosh, when you got an opportunity to turn it into that much more money, you don't, I mean, that'd be stupid to not do it. Yes, John.
Mr. Riddle, I'd like to make a commitment for courses that I'm going to purchase here. I'm going to purchase 10 courses, and I'm going to purchase 100 of the qualifier programs.
Yeah. 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 Some of you are such masters at raising cash and all. You are. I'm telling you what, you do it in the right way this time. You get that product. Some of you become masters at raising cash and ain't made enough. Get yourself committed enough. And you'll sell them things. Yes, I will. Yes, I will. Yeah, you will. Let's get all the Dirty Dozen up here and let's do that before we close out tonight.
haven't gotten it. You can tell what I got tonight.
Now, Darrell, how come you didn't come up with this? Hey. I mean, I know the North's behind, so I really couldn't expect it out of Colleen.
North is ahead in
Oh, they are. Oh, they are.
They haven't had the numbers.
Well, the North just got pulled out in the lead with qualifiers, I think.
In terms of courses, so numbers.
That 1,000 qualifier program, that's only the first thing.
Hey. Yeah, that's right. But listen to this. Listen to this. Okay, just a minute before we do this. Who can think of somebody? Rondell in Texas. That Darrell and Colleen need to call tomorrow for sure.
Yeah.
So Rondell, Texas. Dick Dillon. Dick Dillon's in the north.
Dick Dillon.
Dick Dillon. Mr. Busby, Clifford Busby, where's he at? He's in the south.
He's in Phoenix.
Lynn Mortimer.
Yeah, Robert, I mean, yeah, but Darrell's going to be calling him too. Did he? Cliff Leornis? Fantastic, yeah.
I turned in 2 today as well.
Colleen? Yeah, fantastic. We ain't got time for 2 no more. We sell 100 at a time.
Well,
Now, 2 at a time? What? Get like that with your helpers. Well, I sold 2 to one customer. 2?
Yeah, really?
Come in and get 10. See, if you'll get like that, then you'll be like James Tollison, won't you?
Lynn Mortimer.
Lynn Mortimer. Who else was here? Mr. Gregson,
Write that down.
Larry Durchie, Clay Graham, Paul Pay,
Yep.
Mr. Gregson.
More up there.
Anybody else? Dean Easton.
I got Dean. What's Joe Crooked doing these days?
Dean Easton. Roger Fight.
Curly Smith. This is Nevada.
Call them, guys.
Some of the old rocks that were.
Everybody.
Well, actually,
I mean, it doesn't hurt if 2 of us call them.
listen to this song. Now, hold up just a second. Just zero in on the ones that was here. Folks, them's the ones I'm concerned about the most, is the ones that was here. Okay, don't get out there, way out there and all that. You got time to call some of them, do, but let's be concerned about the ones that's been here for the last 5 days, last 2 days. Who's calling Mr. Turner, Darrell? Darrell is. Yeah. Mr. Turner's still here? Did he take off tonight? He already's flying back and everything? So I'd get him quick as he hit the ground, because he's going to say, oh, my God. Yeah, but he ain't thought about it. He's thought about it, but he ain't wrote it down and thought about it. Yeah, Ed Peterson, just all these people that you can think of tonight. Then you get with Darrell and Colleen and tell them. And then if you know how to just get right in touch with them, you call them too. But everybody that was here, guys need to be going through, Darrell, them sign-in sheets and getting with all of them. Yeah, do it. Because this is important to them, folks. Mankind starting off 86 with an extra 200,000. I mean, that's a good way to start the new year. And I don't care what anybody says. Who says what? This was when Mr. Tollison said refreshing. Wasn't this a refreshing way to start 1986? Yes.
You buy 5,000 at a time, you optional another 1,000, they sell for 60 days.
Always selling.
Oh, boy.
How come Mr. Britt has the biggest center in the country and all?
Wasn't it if you bought 10 courses, you got 1,000
Wow tapes, yeah. Just everybody, just relax. I'll get with Mr. Britt on this. We'll work something out. And the man that buys 1,000 qualifiers at once, and the money's in there and all, then we absolutely we're in service for others. We will absolutely. I'm telling you what, there will be some service done, and production will run their wheels off, get them things done and going and ready. I'm saying. I mean, that's now why. Look at him back here. Now, how come y'all can't do what Mr. Brett does? Yeah, some of you don't smoke. I mean, no, but why not? Why not? Why not? Why not?
Somebody needs to get a hold of Troy.
Yeah. Well, Troy's not a wholesaler, but
It don't matter. Somebody who is a wholesaler needs to get a hold of him.
Right.
If somebody ain't got
yeah,
a hold of him, I will.
Dominic's got it. But now wait a minute. Now when you go out of here tonight, we ain't gonna see each other for a little while. I'll see you in the schools and all. But why ain't y'all just? Why don't you make your New Year's resolution tonight to duplicate James Tollison, Shelby Britt, Lana Scherer, Colleen Sullivan, Darrell Flanders, all of them around you. But make the number one, you're going to duplicate the coach. And I guarantee you what, if the coach had been here tonight, he's going to be so, he's going to say, why didn't we cover that the first day, Marvin? He's going to be like you. Why didn't we cover that the first day where they had more time to raise the money and do all of that? Because we just didn't. Because the first day, I'm telling you what, a bunch of you were in dire need of that 9-hour session. Now that is pathetic.
He said it on the first day that you buy a bunch.
Yeah, he said it, but none of us. See, we done like we always do. It bounced off, boom, like that picking water on a duck's back. It just bounced off because we ain't thinking. We ain't zeroed in on the one thing, and that is what we're fixing to do right here. So you get zeroed in. See, Mr. Britt, he's gotten zeroed in just the last couple of days himself more. That's how come he's coming up with all this. That's why he's the one that came up with this midnight meeting and the contest and all that kind of stuff. Wasn't for Mr. Britt, you wouldn't be standing here right now. He's back there whispering in my ear. If it wasn't for Mr. Britt, he wouldn't be making $700,000 here real quick, neither. Yeah, no wonder he called that meeting. He said, I'll figure out how to make a profit at midnight. I don't know about the rest of them. And I was planning on coming in here for 30 minutes and everybody clapping for everybody and I'm just going off. But geez, boy, it's been pretty profitable. This, I'm telling you what.
Sure has.
Person could stay up all night, several days for that kind of money. Yeah. See, folks, maybe you've been too much. What the young man said back there, maybe you hadn't been greedy enough. Maybe that's their problem. I don't know. They got so many problems. Maybe. I'll tell you what. Me and Mr. Britt, when we had that $8,500 training course dumped on us, you better believe greed come out from all different directions. One thing we always knew, though, folks, we knew them people was getting 1,000 times more than they paid for. But I'm telling you what, we flat planned on making a profit. We wasn't, I mean, we've done enough humanitarian work in 85. And we're going to continue to do that, but we're going to have them thousands in our pockets. See, you can do both, folks. That's what's so fantastic about the training course, is as you a merchant of it, you can do the greatest humanitarian work that's ever been done and become a millionaire at the same time. And you better start getting yourself sold that you become a millionaire selling this course. Yeah. As a wholesaler. Mr. Rodney told Mr. Tollison tonight, he said, you know, Mr. Tollison told him to get out there and look at some businesses and all, and that could be bought and all of this and all of that. And Mr. Rodney told him tonight, he said, I've been out there and I've looked at a bunch of them. He said, I can sit home in my underwear and sell enough courses to make more than most of them will make. He said, we done got it. He said, we done got the greatest thing that's ever been, and the profit spread and all of that. As far as a money-making machine, as a wholesaler, you got that along with being a big-hearted humanitarian. Some of you went so way overboard on the humanitarian thing. But see, if you ain't making money, then you ain't helping nobody, are you? I mean, because you ain't selling no courses. You ain't getting it in nobody's hand. You ain't putting it there. We say it all over the tapes. There's 100,000 ideas come unpatented every year because nobody markets them. Let's not let our baby come unpatented.
Yeah.
Because it's, I mean, geez, folks, what you got? And then in just next couple of days, how much can you make? And then you'll collect it as you sell them. Did you commit to them tonight? All of you that's here need to commit to them tonight, not Thursday. Don't call in there Thursday if you didn't put it down over there and commit to it. I don't care if you committed to 100 and you only raised the money for 3. You get them 3. But I'm saying you commit over there, and then some of you won't do it, but you ought to. Every one of you commit to 100 of them. I'm just saying. At least 10. Every one of you ought to have at least 10. Most of you know where you raise that money to do it.
Yeah.
But the only way you'll do it is if you're zeroed in on this one thing that we're fixing to do up here. One thing. And forget about it. I heard him tell Tracy tonight. He said, because I said, Tracy, well, just believe it. And then he said, you don't have to believe it. On the 2 per hour. See, if you was zeroed in on the 2 per hour, and like Mr. Hossauer's going to be, and like Jake Stone told me tonight as he drove off into the sunset, that the people in the center will do 2 minimum per day, but they will all be going for the 2 per hour, or they will be fired. And all sorts of other stuff that we can't say in front of ladies. He didn't say that. I added that. He would never say that, and he wouldn't say up here. I just thought it. I didn't say it. We'll do all sorts of stuff to them. In other words, there's no reason not to, folks, with these schools and the way you can work them referrals now and all that stuff. See, if you ain't selling at minimum of 10 courses through every customer you sell 1 to, you're a fool. And we ain't never had that. We ain't never had the schools, folks. See, we got them for 3 days. And for 3 days, I'm drilling in their head that they gotta have everybody in their world on the training course. And sure, some of them sit right there and think, oh, they just saying this sell courses. And I just tell them they're thinking that. But we get it over. And by the end of that 3 days, there's 50% of them to 90% in some of the schools that's got it through their head why and how to help them build their empire and all that stuff. But then we need the follow-up from you. See, if you don't follow up with them then properly, then it didn't do. It's got to all work as a team in 86. It's got to all work as a unit. It's got to be like one thing. All of us, the wholesalers working together with the schools and the customers, we got to all be working together on it. And I'm telling you what, them 1,000 qualifiers Mr. Britt sells, he'll sell 1 million cotton picking. He'll sell a minimum of 100,000 more qualifiers when he sells those, provided his team's working right in unison with them schools. And you guys are singing the same song that we're singing about using the wild tapes and all of that kind of stuff. You guys sing the same song. We all sing the same song. And let me tell you what, we'll have them 1 million members by the end of 86. And I don't even know how we produce it all, but let me tell you what, you get that much money coming through there, and I will figure it out. We will run machines till they absolutely choke and die, and we will get more machines. We will do whatever it takes. But actually, you know what? My plan is for 86, and I ain't getting to show you the numbers, but my plan for 86 is 100,000 qualifiers. That's it. Because we're going to control it now. We ain't going to have no million. Let's just scratch that. Don't need to. For y'all to have tons of money, have tons of friends and all of that. We have 100,000 qualifiers, so only 70% of them get the course. That's 70,000 new members this year. But let me tell you what, if it blows up way over that, we can have them booked for 1987, can't we?
Yep, that's right.
Wouldn't you love to have every school booked with at least 10 of your good couples up through 1987? It'd be just like he said, folks, you better start, when he says dream, start dreaming about that. Start dreaming about doing those kind of things. Why can't you? Why can't you? Why can't you by February or March have couples booked all the way through into the first few months of 87?
Can.
Why can't you? And then we have a total handle on our baby. You know how much more we can work with you when we get a handle on our own baby? when we're not being absolutely consumed by our own company, like we have been in 85, you know how much better service we can give to the customer? You know how much more stuff we can do for them? Like a little thank you card for absolutely buying it. We ain't even been able to do stuff like that, little stuff like that. And we're going to do it in 86. It's like Mr. Rodney Tollison said, satisfied customers don't sell nothing, but let me tell you what, super duper hooper mankind satisfied customers sell a bunch. And that's what we're going to work on in 86. But y'all got to work together with us on it. It's all got to be as a team. Yes, Mr. Brett.
I was just sitting back here figuring that as near as I can tell, I got about 20,000 wild tapes coming to me too. So what I'm looking at is if every one of the people got a qualifier inside their qualifier package, there was 20 wild tapes for them to give out to people on their funeral list before they came into the 3-day store. What how many people they could bring in with each one of them?
That they'd bring in folks, and then what happens to them? See, you still ain't thinking of them. And the ones of you that got negative on all that stuff and said, oh, they just get everybody to sell a course. Some of you thought that. You're so stupid. Because you wasn't thinking of the customer. You was thinking of the one negative bird that said that to you. You wasn't thinking of the, out of that 700, all that 500 that went through that said, wow. Saying, wow, geez. I got me an eliminator and a stimulator and he calls it 1,000 different things on that video film, what they can do with the wow tape. You ain't bought it yourself yet if you still thinking that's small, that ignorant. You ain't bought it yourself. You better have every one of them's got 100 of them. At least 100, 1,000. They put it out. I tell them in the schools to do another big experiment. Blow 1,000. Put out 1,000 wow tapes and see, maybe something might happen. You think they get the positive feedback? That's the only way they're going to become millionaires, folks. Because if they ain't getting the positive feedback, the booger's going to get them. That's how come the boogers nearly had some of you when you come in here. Because you ain't been getting enough positive feedback because you ain't putting it out. You've been thinking about you. You better make a resolution in 86 to forget you. And we've said that 1,000,000 times. But you better make that resolution that I ain't going to think about me one bit in 86. I'm going to think about only having the wealthiest Doers Family Club members. Yes, Mr. Brett.
I want to say one more thing. It's amazing how commitment works. I made a commitment to Brian Riddle up there when he came to Idaho Falls. I said by July I had 10,000 people through schools. I told Mr. Thompson the very same thing. Now, when you have 1,000 qualifier programs out there, and each of them has wild tapes, how long will it take you to get to 10,000 people through the school?
It's done.
No idea how we can get them in there.
It's done. Now it's just got to be done. See, you ain't been... I'm listening to a tape in the car that's in volume 2 of James Allen, As a Man Thinketh. And I'm thinking how ridiculous it is that there's so many in the club that ain't even bought that simple stuff yet. As a man thinketh, so shall he be. Wow! Is that right? And so you better make a resolution that in 86, the only thing you thinking about is this right here, and that is, I will cause the sale of 2 of the James E. Tollison Future Millionaire Home Study Training Courses on Empire Building per hour minimum for the rest of my life. One more time. I will cause the sale of 2 of the James E. Tollison Future Millionaire Home Study Training Course on Empire Building per hour minimum for the rest of my life. I will cause the sale of 2 of the James E. Tollison Future Millionaire Home Study Training Course on Empire Building per hour minimum for the rest of my life. I will cause the sale of 2 of the James E. Tollison Future Millionaire study training courses on empire building per hour minimum for the rest of my life. Boom! That's 4. Well, we got 3 more to go. I will cause the sale of 2 of the James E. Tellison Future Millionaire Home Study Training Course on Empire Building per hour minimum for the rest of my life. I will cause the sale of 2 of the James E. Tellison Future Millionaire Home Study Training Course on Empire Building per hour minimum for the rest of my life. I will cause the sale of 2 of the James E. Tellison Future Millionaire Home Study Training Course on Empire Building per hour minimum for the rest of my life. I will cause the sale of 2 of the James E. Tellison Future Millionaire Home Study Training Course on Empire Building per hour minimum for the rest of my life. Yeah. Yes, 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 yes. I'm telling you what, General Patton would have been proud. My cotton picking lungs got expanded. Folks, why don't you do that every morning? If you'll do that every morning, you'll get there. Something that simple. Something that simple. If you'll do that, y'all get there. And I know on New Year's Eve night, most people sing songs and hoop and holler and go crazy and all of this. But tonight, I wanted to say a little prayer. And so y'all just stand and join hands together. We're going to say us a 1986 prayer. And I'm going to start with the Lord's Prayer, and then I got a couple things I want to add. Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses as we forgive those who trespass against us. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory forever. Dear God, we ask you this night, in the beginning of 1986, we know you've given us the power, and you've given us the training that we need to accomplish all the things and more that we need to accomplish with this club in 1986. And all we ask tonight is that you give us the guidance and help us to have the wisdom to apply what we already know. And in 1986, we'll commit back to you that we're going to work this year in service to you to cause as many people as we can to have total prosperity on this earth. Amen. Yeah. 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 Let's go out of here. Yeah. Say that. Say what? Say what? Say what? Say what? I will cause the sale of 2 of the James E. Tellison Future Millionaire Home Study Training Course on Empire Building per hour minimum for the rest of my life. Yeah! And every morning, make your commitments as you go out. Don't forget nobody that was here, folks. Yes, Miss Ryan. Oh, I got one in my pocket. I got one. You got to hear this tonight, folks. We're going to play it here, but we don't have a house system and all, and you really need to go back to your rooms and just play this thing to yourself. It's Red Skeleton explaining the Pledge of Allegiance. So every one of you that did come here tonight's going to get one of these. And he talks about the Pledge of Allegiance on there, and it'll just make tears come to your eyes. Yeah.
And feel grateful for being in a country that allows you the privilege of giving hope and prosperity to everyone.
And folks, don't ever lose your emotion. Don't ever go so far over. Don't ever do it so logical. Don't ever lose your emotion tied into this baby. Because the minute you do, you'll lose it all. Painfully lose it all. And so, let's just get out of here. And I appreciate, love each and every one of you. Let's get out of here and go to work. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah.